Alright, I've just barely survived to make it to episode 10. I brought in my twin brother clone, who is of no blood relation to me, by the way. We're just friends. And he performed very well. It was a fun night of challenges, bringing in a friend. Yeah, my name came up in tribal council finally. I think it might be approaching my time to go. I welcome death with open arms.
Okay, so initial reactions for episode 9. A lot of stuff happened. Start with the fact that it was a friends and supporters episode. I brought my friend Gene. I knew that Gene and I would make a great team because I love Gene. Gene's my dog. Gene kind of carried me, won a challenge for me, so that was nice. And he and I made a pretty good badminton team. We won that one too. So it was nice just kind of bringing a friend, having some dominant performances, even if we did get DQ'd from the one challenge, which I actually was mad about. I am sorry to all of the Survivor workers and to GK for getting mad about getting DQ'd. I'm sorry, guys. A lot of people played a lot of things, and I think most idols are now completely out of the game, or to a point where very few are left. Only 2 episodes remain in the entire game. Voting out people is getting really difficult. I mean, there's only 8 people left. The votes are kind of getting a little all over the place, and things are just going haywire, but I'm here for it. I'm loving every second, and I'm just hoping that I can weather the storm just a couple votes longer.
So episode 9 was last night. It was a blast. I really liked the episode. Bring Your Friends was cool. There was a lot of people to keep track of, but for me, it was nice to bring Brady along. Me and him are good friends. I think what Hope had said at one point is that once Chase was out, she never played the game without Chase, and it felt weird. And that's kind of how I felt this season without Brady, because I always played with him. So it's just nice to have that again. I really like the challenges. The challenges were super fun. I like the one relay where you were stacking and then we had the US puzzle at the end. That one was cool. Badminton was also one of my favorites, even though we didn't make it that far, but that's okay. I'm blaming it on the net because I'm used to playing a net that's like at least up to here and not like at the knee level. I don't know, just different, but I enjoyed it. I mean, the game's getting a little difficult. You can expect it at this point. But I'm staying true to my alliances all the way, so I'm gonna hope that takes me to the end.
Alright guys, episode number 9 happened yesterday, so let's talk about it. It was a pretty special episode. It was the friends and supporters episode, so I brought in my girl, Lena. So she was competing with me through a bunch of events. She also was going to tribal council with me. We didn't win anything. Aww. What do you expect from us? But we had a great time. We had a fun time. We were laughing. But there was different relay races going on. There was some physical strength challenges. There was a lot happening yesterday. Dodgeball, everything. For the dodgeball thing, I was one of the only people who actually got some action in that game. I caught the ball. I ended up losing that challenge though because Connor had the higher points that they scored for getting somebody out. So it was really also a game of luck. Another challenge that I'd like to talk about is the relay race that in my group of people, everybody got disqualified in. Everybody got disqualified in that game because there was this grabber that you had to use to grab these wooden blocks, and everybody put their hand over this green line. So there was quite literally only one team left competing. We already knew who the winner of that was going to be. However, there was a lot of plot twists during the night. We voted out some big people. Starting off, we voted off Blaine. He wasn't there, unfortunately. We got out a threat right there, though. He wins a lot, so it was good to get him out. Next, we got out Holly. She had won that challenge, so through stealing that necklace, we were able to take that advantage, and we were kind of able to blindside and get her out. She was throwing out a lot of names, so we thought it was best. Also in exit interviews, we've been hearing a lot about how she's a strong player, so we got her out. Evan was also a huge one that we voted out yesterday. There was a major blindside on him. So he got voted out yesterday. It was very sad to see him go. He has been winning a lot. I definitely don't think the game will be the same without him. He was a funny kid, and I really did enjoy playing with him, but that was a huge one to get out. Another one that was voted out was Jay. She was also voted out. That's another big player right there. Tribal councils were a little all over the place if you can't tell from who's getting voted out. Everybody was definitely a little kind of nervous that it would be them at all points every time. You know, you'd be hearing one name and then somebody come over and be like, I just heard your name, and I'd be like, what? So there's definitely a lot of like advantages, things like that being played. There was names I was shocked about being written down. At the end of the night, I had an idol I had to play. It expired, so I just played it for myself. There was some big moves happening yesterday, so it's definitely getting a lot scarier in the game. We're getting down there. There's 8 people left. I'm definitely nervous, but I had a lot of fun yesterday, and I'm really happy that they did something like this because it's like really like the real show.